Hello, welcome to another video here at Hobby K. So for today, I'll be showing you some of my September manga haul. So let's get right through them. For the first part, these are manga or manhwa that I did get to buy from a local bookstore. Let's go check them out. First one, I got to grab volume 9 of the Apothecary Diaries. I really have to catch up to reading this, so if you're into historical and mystery genre, go grab a copy. You won't regret it. And I think this month they're going to release the anime of it, so go check that out too. Next is My Gently Raised Beast Volume 1. So if we try to look at the premise, when Blondina is revealed to be a long-lost princess, she hopes to say goodbye to the miserable life of an orphan, but all that awaits her in the palace is bullying and ridicule for her common background, and the cold, condescending gaze of her father, the emperor. Her first and only friend is a black cat she meets in the garden. Though Amon has a big attitude for a little ball of fur, he's the perfect buddy she always wanted, and the best part, he can talk. But just when he thought her little friend couldn't be any more special, Blondina finds herself staring at the most handsome boy she's ever seen. So I think this would be a very, very cute read. To be honest, I haven't read much of these before, so I'm very excited to read through it. Next, we have Yona of the Dawn, Volume 1. I wasn't supposed to grab a copy of this, but it's actually one of my favorite historical shoujo manga ever since I was still a student. So I grabbed Volume 1 since it's rare to see Volume 1 in the bookstore. So I do hope I get to collect the remaining volumes. Next up is another update to My Hero Academia collection. So this is the latest one, which is volume 35. I actually did get to read this already, and all I can say is My Hero Academia really developed the story as you go along. It becomes more interesting. That's the best way I can put it. So if you ever did find like the beginning a little bit boring, just read through it and you're gonna enjoy the rest later on, because the build-up is really a little bit slow, but if you get through the beginning part and get to the action part, I think you'll enjoy it a lot, especially if you're a huge fan of the shonen genre. Next up, I got Haikyu Volume 30. I'm still missing Volume 29. Yes, I've finished Haikyu already, but now I'm collecting their physical copy. And if I do recall, I do have Volumes 1 to 30 except 29. So I'm still trying to collect the remaining volumes. So I do hope I get to finish them within the year. If not within the year, at least within early next year. And lastly, I also grabbed a copy of I Want to Be a Receptionist in This Magical World. I did get to read this manga already, just a few chapters of them, and I find it very interesting and cute because it's about a girl who wants to be a receptionist in the magical world, as the title says. And I think what's interesting about this, it's because the girl didn't get to choose a job that you usually get, if you know what I'm saying. Because being a receptionist isn't something that main characters choose. So yeah, let's try to read through the synopsis. So ever since she was little, Nunnally has always wanted to be one of the graceful, capable receptionists of Hare. I hope I'm saying it correctly. As only first-rate mages are hired for the position, she enrolls in the kingdom's magic academy to hone her skills, where she feels out of place in her classroom of nobles, including a genuine prince. she decides that despite being a commoner, she's going to be the top of her class. But for some reason, she just can't beat the one person she'd most like to, the snobbish boy seated next to her, Always Rockman. So all I can say, if you like romance, fantasy, and I could say slow burn, you're gonna like this one. Okay, for the next two part, these are mangas that I got online. So I shopped at two places, Bukuzone and Shopee, and then Tanko Bonbon. So they also have their Shopee account, but I also did get to buy some of their books on their website. So maybe we can start first with ones that I bought in Bukuzone. So first one up, I got Shadow's House Volume 3. And I did also get Shadow's House Volume 4. Shadow's House has been, it's very interesting. Like, the premise is very interesting. There's a lot of mystery going on within this estate. And if you do like something, I don't know if I could categorize this as horror, but I think it's more of like a thriller genre. So if you do like something that would really get you on your feet, I think you'll like this. If I could compare it with like other books, it's like the genres, it's like the same genre as Promised Neverland. So if you do like those kinds of things where there are twists and turns and drama, grab Shadow's House. There's also an anime out already. Watch it, though it's just season 1, so I hope they do get to release season 2 already, because the first arc's interesting, but the next few arcs are more interesting. Next up, so I got Why Raeliana Ended Up at the Duke's Mansion Volume 3. Cover's so pretty. I've been collecting the manhwa ever since, like manhwa in general, ever since they released. They're a little bit more expensive than mangas because they are colored, as you can see here, and they're bigger in size too. So excited to catch up with this manhwa. I also got to get, most of these are volume 3 by the way. I also got the Remarried Empress, which is also volume 3. Very excited to reread this. I actually read this at Webtoon already, so I really wanted to get the physical copy. It's really about the romance and the drama that I like. And it is a historical piece. As you can see, most of my collections are either historical or fantasy, because it's the genre that I've been really into these past few months. And lastly, I got Villains Are Destined to Die. So this is an isekai manhwa. Again, it's romance. What I like about this one is how they portrayed the main character, how she acts in it. And I think it's just so satisfying because she was actually painted as the villain. Well, she is the villain in the game that this girl was playing, and she was isekai'd to be in the body of Penelope Eckhart, which was actually the villain of the game. So if you're into, again, drama, romance, go pick this one up. And the art's very, very beautiful. Okay, we're almost done with the video, so for the last part, I'll be showing you the haul that I got from Tanko Bonbon. So they do have their Shopee account and their website. So I did pre-ordered a lot of things in their website already. Very excited to show them to you in my upcoming videos. But now I'll be showing you some of the haul that I got for September. The first one, this one is a special order. So I got the White Cat's Revenge as plotted from the Demon King's lap. So I do have the first and the second volume. I'm still waiting for the third volume to come in because I did also get to do a special order of it from another store. So I do hope to get it soon so I can read through the third and the fourth volume. So this is another manga which involves isekai genre. It's very cute, and it has this the formula that it uses is like a typical isekai manga formula in the story, but I'm a sucker for it, so go grab it if you do like isekai. Next up, this manga series is something that's very special to me because this is something that I read when I was still a student too. So this is called Last Game. Very excited, very happy to hear the announcement that it's going to be published. So I did get to pre-order the succeeding volumes. So I got volume 1. Here it is. Looks so cute. And then I also got volume 2. So if you're into shoujo, this is technically a story about them being rivals. So if you try to read through this, in elementary school, the rich and spoiled Yanagi Naoto ruled his class in studies and sports, but he suffered the first setback of his life when Kujo Mikoto, a girl from a poor family, transferred to his school and outperformed him at every turn. Reeling from this unforgivable blow to his pride, Naoto decided that he had to make Mikoto lose at something by making her lose her heart to him. Now, both in college, Naoto proposes one last game with Mikoto, but who will be the winner? So this is a very, very cute shoujo genre. It's giving special A, and I love this. I remember reading this and like really falling in love with the characters and how they develop. So if you do like some heart-thumping romance, grab The Last Game. Next, I also got to have the first volume of A Sign of Affection. This is a manga series that I've been wanting to collect for the longest time. So I saw volume 1 and I said, okay, I have to go grab it. I did get to read a little bit of the few first chapters of it and I loved it a lot. So for here, so Yuki is a college student who's into friends and fashion. She's also deaf. A chance meeting on a train leads to a serious crush, but can it grow into something more? So if you're into romance, go grab this one. It's very cute. The relationship that they formed was so nice at the beginning. I haven't read through much of it, so I do plan to get the next copies and read through. So I'm very excited. And lastly, I got the volume 1 of Who Made Me a Princess. Again, this manhwa series has been out there for so long. It's it's actually one of the first one that I've read in this genre. And lastly, I grabbed a copy of Who Made Me a Princess Volume 1. So this is actually one of the first few manhwa that I did get to read, and I'm very excited that it was actually published. So the story of Athanasia, forsaken princess of the Obelian Empire, ends with her execution at the hands of her own father, except did it? Her tragic tale is the plot of the novel The Lovely Princess. But now, a modern woman who read the book has just woken up as baby Athanasia herself, filled with her memories and knowledge of the story she's stuck in. Determined to survive her fate, infant Athanasia embarks on this new life with a plan: avoid attention and hoard valuables to fund her escape. When her plan goes awry, she suddenly needs to charm her way into the good graces of her father, the beautiful tyrant emperor, so he doesn't kill her again. So technically, this is like an isekai manga where there's a reader who was transported into the body of Athanasia. If This is actually very nostalgic also, because I remember reading this when I was still a student. It was still ongoing, and now it's published. So do grab a copy of it. It's a nice read. And I guess that's it.